Tellarknights won Worlds, and this is not exciting news. But again, I'm not excited about a whole lot of shit, so just take this for a grain of salt or something. I didn't watch Worlds. I just saw like a little bit of the final game, Game 3. And I remember seeing an Imperial Iron Wall activated in response to a Necro's Mirror. Yep, the Necro's guy had Clausulus and Trishula, and then shortly after that, the Tellarknight player that played Iron Wall ended up making Triver, taking Clausulus out the hand and resetting his shit, including an Oasis. And then during the Necros player's draw phase, he activated the Iron Wall again. Shortly after that, I don't really remember what happened, but I know the Tellarknight Rygo was summoned. It was 2400, and it was game. If it was Ritual Beast, if it was Cleese, Shadalls, or even Necros that won Worlds, I would have more or less the same fucking response. But since this is going to be some topic of discussion, I'ma just knock it out right now. Should Tellarknights get hit because they won Worlds? I personally do not think the Tellarknights are that good to warrant some type of hit on the ban list. However, if you was going to hit anything Tellarknight related, maybe it could be Stellar Nova Alpha, maybe Deneb, but Deneb is probably like the primary suspect here. The Tellarknight monsters are the only ways that you kill an opponent. They have a whole bunch of back row to compensate for the shitty effects the Tellarknights possess. They're not really big motherfuckers, and they're not supposed to be when you play a shit ton of traps. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm biased. If you want to hit Tellarknights, do something about the traps they play, not specifically the monsters. Because the monsters themselves aren't the problem. It's them little ass motherfuckers with all them traps. But they're probably not going to do that. Tellarknights won Worlds, and I don't give a shit. I'm just going to assume that the Imperial Iron Wall was not main decked. This was game 3 that I just stumbled across. So obviously, Necros won a game. I'm just going to assume that shit was sided in. And no, this doesn't make Necros worse because it lost to Tellarknights. Any deck has the possibility of beating or getting beat by something else. Just depends on shit that you can't control. Why don't some of you motherfuckers understand that? Because it makes too much sense. So, I'd like to thank y'all for watching. If you would like to help support me, all you really have to do is spend literally seconds out your day and click an advertisement. Support, translation, is rent. You know you got to pay it every month, right? It doesn't take any money out of your pocket, so I don't see what the fuss is. You got ad block. Take that shit off. Click, click, put that shit on.